Alright, for tonight's dinner we have some meatloaf and cheesy potatoes. The recipe is 5-star, homemade, it's great. It's going to definitely beat your granny's old recipe. You have to choke down when you're a kid. We start with our meat. We have some ground sirloin. You're going to want to spend the extra money to get this because you don't want to have the ground chuck because it'll be swimming in fat when it's done. So you're going to take roughly a half of an onion, half a green pepper, and then some fresh sweet basil. It smells so good. It smells great. And then we're going to spice it up. As you can see, we have tons of stuff here. Some ground cumin, just a little bit of that. Some liquid smoke. Never used this before, but it sounded really good. Oh wow. About a teaspoon or so. You're going to take some Worcestershire. Always have to have that with meat. It's great. Sprinkle that on. Some lotteries, as you know, was coming. Smells good already. Some onion powder. Some parsley flakes. Some garlic pepper seasoning. It's great. And we're going to use some Caribbean all-purpose sauce. I've never even knew this existed. Oh my god. It smells good. Dump that in. Some Sweet Baby Ray's, the best barbecue sauce on the earth. I recommend this on anything. Some ketchup. And most people, they're just going to put the ketchup on top of the meatloaf. We're not going to do that. We want it inside the meatloaf, so it's got that great flavor. And now, most people are going to say to use one or the other, some bread or crackers. I'm going to use both because we have so many liquids in here. We're going to want it to absorb all that so it's not mushy when we cut into it, because that's not going to be good. So, roughly 12 saltines. Then you're going to take, I use about 4 pieces of bread, toasted them. And then you're going to take 2 eggs. Those in there. Like I said, I hated meatloaf when I was a kid. My grandma made it. I did not like it. It wasn't good. It definitely turned me off for a while until I started to mess around with this a little bit. And then it was amazing. So I'm going to get this all incorporated. Oh, wow. It smells so good. Alright, I got so excited I forgot one thing. About 3 stalks of celery. Love celery in my meatloaf. And then some ground pepper. Just going to finish incorporating this. And then put it in a big pan, get it all mushed down. And then you're going to put it into an oven, about 325 roughly, about an hour and 45 minutes. Alright, now this is all incorporated and mixed in. Oh, it smells so good raw. Imagine what it's going to taste like. Just going to put that big old pan, mush it down into the sides. It's going to shrink up about a ½ an inch from the sides after it's cooked. Oh wow, that smells so good. And then I'm going to wash up and show you the topping that I like. Alright, now for our topping, we're going to use some barbecue sauce and ketchup. Most people are just going to go ahead and use just the ketchup, but I highly recommend using barbecue sauce, especially Sweet Baby Ray's because it's so good. I'm gonna swirl that on there. Oh, it looks so good. And take some barbecue sauce. Go the opposite direction, so it's getting a little fancy on you. So when this barbecue sauce cooks, it's gonna caramelize and it's gonna have such a great flavor. Oh, it smells so good. Up next, we're gonna make our homemade cheesy potatoes. Alright, now for our homemade cheesy potatoes. You're going to take some hash browns or Ida, put those in a big bowl, and all out. Take some red onion, about half an onion or so, some green peppers. I'm going to take some pepper, always good. I'm going to add this now before I get my hands all gooey. Take about a half a stick of butter. Melt that. About 8 ounces of sour cream. Dump it all in there. And I love cheesy potatoes. Dump that in. Have some cream of chicken. So I'll put that in. It's a little secret ingredient. And then take any cheese of your preference. I like Colby Monterey Jack. Take this bag, or about 2 cups of your favorite cheese, and put that in. Love anything with cheese. Gotta have cheese. And then I'm going to take some Velveeta cheese, about 8 ounces of it, cube it, and throw it in. The Velveeta is going to add a lot of taste, and it's going to make it a little silkier and smooth. It's going to be really good. Now you're just going to mix it all up. Everything evenly incorporated. Oh, this even smells good. I could eat it right now. Alright, after this is all incorporated and looking good, you're going to throw it in a 13 by 9 baking dish. Get it all in there. And then just going to pat it down. Get it all even in one layer. Oh, this looks so good. Tell me that does not look good. It's going to taste so good. Alright, I'm going to wash up, and I'm going to throw them in the oven. Alright, now these are finished. We're going to throw them in a preheated oven, 325 degrees, for about an hour and a half. Look at those. It looks so good. I could eat that raw, but it's not good for you. Now, your potatoes, you can put cornflakes on them, which is equally as good. My grandma does that. I'm going to throw them in your oven. Looks so good. Now, when this is cooking, it's going to make your house smell so good. Your wife, husband, kids will be like, oh, what are you cooking? It's really good. Your neighbors haven't liked you in years. They're going to come over and be like, hey, Feast, what's up? Need some beer? That's great. So, by an hour and a half, we're going to eat our 5-star cuisine. Alright, now after waiting about an hour and 40 minutes, our wonderful meal is done. Oh my god, look at that. Does that not look amazing? Look at that. Oh. Alright, time to serve this up and have a nice 5-star meal. Alright, now that everything's finished, I'm just gonna eat. Oh my god. And it's so good. It's definitely gonna blow your grandma's old recipe away. You're gonna have to choke this down, that's amazing. Those are really good. Join us next time for some modern day cutting edge cuisine.